So I'm just continuing the previous reading. So, okay, so what I'm thinking is that your husband just wants to keep you all to himself. He wants to keep you like pure. He wants to keep your aura clear, pure, innocent. You know, he doesn't want things to feel complicated. And so he feels that it would just be less complicated if he were to like be more honorable and like allow you to like just say, hey, I want this, you know, like I want these things, and then he goes and does the right thing, like, and gets them, so that you don't have to go out and do it yourself, because I feel like he doesn't want you to go out and do things yourself, because I feel that he doesn't want you to like actually meet someone who is worthy of you. He doesn't want to like compete with that person or something like that, or like he doesn't want, like, I feel that he wants to be worthy of you, and he wants to like keep the competition away from you. I think that his whole, like, it could be that he wants to be the only good one in your life. Yes, I see, like, with the halo over in his head, you see that? It's like he wants to be the only one for you. And because I feel like that's the least complicated way, you know, he wants the security of knowing that only he has access to you. So I think it's like gratification of you being inobtainable, so you're not easily obtained. And I feel that that's what it actually like draws him to you, the fact that you are not easily obtainable. He likes that. He feels like it makes you seem innocent and pure, because like you actually are beautiful. You are actually dress very sexy, and you actually are an intellect and a sapiosexual. You could literally, you could exude like lots of sexual energy, but somehow you still have like a faintness of purity, you know. And it could be that maybe you can get like a little bit feisty or something like that, but like for the most part, it's like, you know, he likes the gratification of knowing that like he is the only one to have access to you, or something like that. And so it could be that like you have guides around you to like nudge your like, you could be girlfriend and boyfriend, or you could be engaged to be married. You have someone like almost like a marriage counselor, but they're not a marriage counselor. I'm getting like he could be your pastor. Okay, I'm getting like an energy of like someone being your pastor, but like a heavy influence over your life, who, like, you know, if things are getting like wonky or something like that with the Nine of Cups, if things get like emotional, or if someone gets restless, or if anything happens, like, you know, then like someone intervenes to like to say, okay, you know, y'all are gonna be together, we're gonna fix this, you know. Okay. Ooh. The devil card. I feel like you're stuck to someone like glue, because I don't know. I'm getting some very obsessive energy. What, baby? What is it, Joey? Oh, I'm so sorry. Or it could be that somebody's kind of like quicksand. They're like easy to date, hard to leave, or something like that. Something like that's what I'm getting. Like someone gets the hook, line, and sinker on you. It's just like, you know, they're gonna reel you all the way in. It's like, you know. Okay. But like, I was in my living room and my phone, I had my phone sat down in the middle of the fridge, and like nobody was in there, but it just fell down like very far away. Like it just, I'm just like, what the heck? So, I'm also getting something about like prevention or like baby proofing things or something like that. I'm seeing something about like hazard prevention. So something's going to be like prevented. Okay, something could actually be prevented because you're like prepared for it or something. Okay, so it could be that like someone tells you, okay, oh my goodness, I actually see what this is. You have someone giving you a heads up about something before it happens. And so because someone like lets you in on something or notifies you or prophesying that something's going to happen a certain way, or it could just be that someone's like, someone could be like, you know, the Knight of Cups is like, you know, has got devil energy or whatever. Like somebody could be saying like the Knight of Cups is toxic, like, you know, you shouldn't trust him because, you know, he's like this or he's like that or whatever. Or like the Knight of Cups is clingy, or the Knight of Cups, you know, never has any money or something like that. And then like by the time you meet the Knight of Cups, you know, he comes over to you with his toxic energy. And then you're like, you know, he meets you with his representative, right? you know, his devil energy is there, but he's like presenting himself to be like some other person or whatever. But so like when you meet him, it's like, it's almost like things that you wouldn't otherwise point out, or you know, about someone, or feel alarmed or anything. But because someone oh, I'm getting like someone warned you about something or something like that. Because someone warns you, then when they get to you and they say things that you wouldn't have, it's like you wouldn't have noticed those things or something like that, then you realize that, like, okay, you know, it could be something like, oh, you know, the Knight of Cups, you know, don't have a car, or, well, here it looks like he has a car, but, you know, he could be borrowing somebody else's car. So that's what it could be. So it could be, you know, the Knight of Cups don't have a car, but the Knight of Cups borrows somebody else's car because he's within his representative. He's got that toxic energy. So he's borrowing somebody else's car, you know, to like meet you somewhere. And, you know, you want to go on like a second date or something like that. And he's like, well, how about you swing by and come and grab me? You know, something like that. It could be something like that. And it's like, you may not have, like, that could have been something that wouldn't have, you know, stood out to you. Like, okay, so I'm seeing that something that someone says raises your awareness about something. So this could be about raising awareness and like noticing signs, you know, of like a toxic relationship early on, before it becomes a five card situation. You know what I mean? And it's like, you'll be able to somehow, some kind of way, you'll be able to see the difference between the kind of guy who is good for you and the kind of guy who is not, or something like that. It's like, because someone here has like godly energy, you know, someone here is honorable, you know, respectful, you know, they want to keep you in your innocence. One moment, please. One moment. So like, if you're like out here dating or something like that, it's like, I guess what they're trying to say, somehow we got here, is like, everyone's gonna like put their best foot forward, like when they first meet you, but like, you know, some people can be disguising themselves. I don't know why I was getting like that energy for a year. Like, someone could be like disguising themselves as like a good person, but like, if you have a conversation with someone and they're like evading every question, every statement, like, and when you leave the date, all you did was stare at that person's face, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, you might have enjoyed staring at their face, but like, did you learn anything about them? Like, what are they doing with their lives? You know, so for some reason I'm getting that same deal about, like, you know, it could be that it could be an odd insecurity that someone has about their emotional capacity and intellect. Oh my goodness. I'm actually seeing someone's insecurities be revealed, I believe. Like, someone feels insecure even though they're gorgeous because they have no depth to them. Because they have nothing going on for themselves. And I feel like this is something to do with, like, someone relying too heavily on, like, their appearance to the point where, like, they just are face card, and, like, you know, which face card is excellent. I'm so happy for you, but they are insecure because they don't have any depth to them. None at all. It causes them to be very insecure of themselves. Like, they feel no different than someone who has physical insecurities or something like that. That's so strange. Like, I never thought of it like that. So someone could, like, over time start, like, acting real strange and crazy and all this stuff, and you know in your mind that these things are weird. You know, like, why are you acting like that? Why are you upset right now? You know, and you're trying to, like, look over, you know, what they're doing. Like, you're trying to see, like, the best in them because, like, they're cute to you, and, like, you want to, like, you probably want to make it work because either it could be that they're cute, or you think that you're so cute that they would be grateful of you. But the thing is, if they have, like, these insecurities, sometimes people act out of those insecurities and they'll, like, repel people or push people away because, like, of fear of, I don't know, some people are just weird. Like, I know, you know, that I'm getting that thing where it's like men are afraid of women robbing them of money that they don't even have. You know, like, I'm getting someone whose bank account is, like, at zero. Like, somebody has $0.00 in their fucking bank account, and all they talk about is how they don't like to give money to girls because girls are materialistic. But, like, what? You don't even have any money, so, like, why are you even talking about money? You know what I mean? Type of thing. But it could be that, like, someone tries to, like, go out of their way to make themselves look like they can, like, kind of fit into society. But in reality, over time, it begins to unravel. But I think that this is about, like, catching the signs early on so that you can prevent the whole toxicity thing that it can become. It's like I feel like your guides want you to see, like, almost like the difference between, like, a good guy, an honorable guy who, like, deserves your time. Because, like, I'm seeing, like, someone here who is like, okay, you know, they, you know, someone dates you, you know, they pick you up in their vehicle. You know, someone plans a date, they don't text and ask you, hey, you know, what you doing? And it just, like, kind of leaves it open-ended like that. It's just like, what? You know, it's like someone texts you and they're like, I was wanting to go to Avocados. Do you want to come with me? You know what I mean? and you're like, you can be like, yeah, and they can be, and they'll be like, oh well, I'll swing by there and swoop you up, you know, be ready at, you know, 6 o'clock or something like that. It's just like a totally different vibe, you know what I mean, than someone who's gonna come at you, you know, they're borrowing a car because they're trying to appear to be sexy. But really over time it becomes a burden that they don't have their own transportation, because now they're going to depend on you to work your life around their shortcomings or something like that. Like, they're going to expect you to live your life to make up for everything that they don't have or something like that. It's like they're gonna want you to be considerate of them all the time. You know, it's like, I feel like it's like the energy of someone like attaching themselves to you and then expecting you to now take them as your responsibility, even though you're supposed to be the feminine energy, they're supposed to be the masculine, they're supposed to be the other way around. Like, someone wants to be in this is clearly someone who wants to be in a relationship where they can be the wife, you can be the husband, but they can still dominate over you. So basically they want you to be in a relationship where you don't have any benefits to the relationship, and where, you know, like, pretty much like the actual quality of your life outside of sex will dwindle. And they're gonna be trying to convince you the whole time, well, but the sex though, you had sex with me. If you're a Christian, then you're not supposed to. Like, someone's always with the Knight of Cups trying to appeal to your religion and appeal to your emotions, but they don't have anything concrete or tangible or useful to actually offer you. The only thing that they can offer you is their benefit of sleeping with you and guilting you into continuing that habit. Bless you, Joey. You know, so someone like, so if you are like an innocent person, like if you do have a clear aura or a clear conscience and all this, if someone sleeps with you, then they can easily try to use that against you, especially if you're, you know, a little bit younger. Especially if you're younger than them, because they'll equate that to naivete. And it could be actually intentional. So like, when you see someone and they come to a date and it's not even their vehicle, and they don't tell you that it's not their vehicle, that's like omitting information. It's like they just omitted that because they wanted you to view them as if they actually did have their own vehicle. So it's like almost like deceit or deception. Deceit. So I see, like, it could be like little, like, it could be subtle signs that someone is deceitful or mischievous, but it might be so faint that it might be something difficult to detect unless someone verbally warns you. like they're pretending to be self-sufficient because they want to look good for you or something. Or it could be that somebody's got a car, but they always want to go to your house. They don't ever want you to come to theirs. Or something weird or strange where like the relationship ain't progressing past a certain point. It could be that I'm just throwing stuff out here. It could be that they have a vehicle, but they always want to go to your place. That vehicle may not even be their vehicle. It could be a vehicle that they are permitted, to borrow on certain days or something like that. But it may not be their vehicle. And if they move in with you, then they no longer have access to that vehicle, because it could be possible that they only had access to that vehicle because they were living with that person. It could be like a relative or something like that. But when they move in with, but if they move in with you, then they're gonna need a ride everywhere, and they're gonna be angry if you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for me personally, that would be a problem for me because I'm vision impaired. But then again, you got Mr. Perfect right here. He ain't got no wife other than you. He's available for you. He got the vehicle to come and pick you up. I'll go with Mr. Perfect over here. Now, it could be that Mr. Perfect, or Six of Wands, King of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm gonna call him Kingpin. It could be possible that or Six of Wands. Interesting. I will pull Six of Wands and Kingpin. Okay. Well, Six of Wands has Kingpin energy. Like, he's the type who, like, he when he texts you, just someone who is who is a constant, or it's almost like he has a schedule. Healthy men, it's almost like they almost want somebody, because like, if you're busy, it's like you're just trying to chill. Like, when you really are trying to just like pay your bills and stay out the way or whatever, your vibe's totally different. You know what I mean? You're not playing all these games and being deceitful and because you're actually trying to take care of yourself. So it could be like, someone messages, like, because if someone if someone does like a hard labor job, like a man, if a guy does a hard labor job or something, he may not be like constantly texting you, but you may notice that he like calls you on his breaks, or he like will text you in between, his little his changes, like going from here to there and stuff like that. He'll text you back and forth, or he'll just call you just to see what you're doing or something like that. Or if you also have a job, then he'll text you to see are you available. Like, you'll notice certain things when somebody's not like playing with you or playing you, they'll make an effort to be like, oh, I can come and get you. We can go to Avocados, or whatever. Because like, I know you like Mexican burritos and stuff like that. Like, and they'll come and pick you up. Like, the Six of Wands, Kingpin. He'll come and grab you. Y'all can go out to dinner. He won't ask you for any money to pay. He won't ask you to just take care of your own tab. He won't ask you to like leave the tip or nothing. Like, he'll just take care of it because he wants to keep you captivated, hypnotized. Like, he doesn't want to make you overly aware, that like, honestly, a gentleman is not going to make you is not going to make you feel overly aware of his presence. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it should feel like he is hypnotizing you, and before you know it, you're pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it should feel. So, it's just like a part of being. That's how you can see future wise how someone is going to treat you in the future. They'll pay. He'll pay your tab, and he won't be unavailable for the relationship progressing to a deeper level. Or like, say for example, if you are religious or whatever, and you're like you will definitely see a level of gentleness. Okay, well, so I don't want to go too deep into it, but dang right, a guy has to have his own stuff. Okay, we all know that. So I just realized I didn't pull any other cards. Okay, so the warning was like the difference between the two is the warning within itself. Like, it's so I'm getting like compare and contrast. So some comparisons. Somebody might be like, well, have you considered what is it, Joey? I'm gonna go here since everybody had horns. Let's see. Okay. Lizard spirit. Dream the world into being. Lizard and dove be peace. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I'm just getting that if you are a girl, it is better to be, this could be about being pure in your dating life, would be more more beneficial over a span of time or something like that. I feel that it's a part of like self-love. I'm seeing that you're learning about self-love, the lizard and the dove. Someone loves you for sure. Like someone does love you. And this could be someone trying to get through to you. I love you. I love you. Oh wow. Lizard. Oh my god. So I'm seeing that like in order, like slowing the pace of something, or slowing things down just a tad or just a little bit, would be so beneficial for the future, so that you can just get to know someone a little bit, like at least go on maybe like 2 dates, you know, ask questions, because I was getting the energy of like you staring at someone's face and them staring at your face, and then when you like leave the interaction, you don't know anything more about them than you knew before. You don't feel any more deeply connected to them than you did before, and then it's like they have an energy of like, it's like, how can you get to the next level like that? You know, we should actually, I mean, dating has to become more of an interview process. You know, it has to be viewed more like dating someone, especially for a woman. For a woman, dating has to be more filtrated, so that like it has to be more of an interview process. It has to be viewed as a business partnership, because like people screen, you screen things like for protection, like you know, so you know, you have to screen a person before you give, you know, I'm not saying being like harsh, but like, do they at least have like the money to do whatever that they're trying to do? You know, that's one way you can screen a person. Like, do you have a wad of cash on you? You know, at least you could be trusted, you know, fiscally, you know, like, don't take me to dinner and ask me to pay my It's like, don't take me to dinner and then hand me a receipt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's weird. You know. Okay. I get it now. Oh my goodness. The whole the hypnotization thing is about when a man wants you to fall in love, or it, like, that's how you fall in love, because he'll hypnotize you. He'll make you feel like you're floating. That's how you fall in love. It's like, if you are, ladies, you know, dating someone and you are overly aware of their presence, you know, and if it feels forced or uncomfortable, or like just overstimulating or something, or if you feel like overwhelmed or experience like anxiety or something, it could be like that, either like they're not hypnotizing you right, or like you may not actually be in love with them, but someone who like does want you to fall in love, they will, it's like they'll behave in a certain type of way. They'll behave in a certain type of way, because if it's almost like, I think of, it's almost like if someone doesn't know how to, if someone doesn't know how to get you to fall in love, if someone doesn't make you fall for them, then somebody's not going to keep you in love. If someone doesn't get you in love, they're not going to keep you in love. So, like, a part of being in love is like, it's almost like you're almost unaware of their presence, and things just kind of flow into being beautifully, because he has a kingpin, because he has kingpin energy. The energy will like get you to, it's like almost like the energy has you to it's like the energy dominates you. You would naturally, it's like you would naturally submit. Because you would feel the trustworthiness. You know, if someone just, like, every time you were around them, you never had to worry about anything. You know, you're attracted to them and everything like that. But if somebody's dating you, on the other hand, if somebody's dating you and, you know, they always, you know, you always have to reach in your purse, or they're always asking you too many questions, like they want you to plan everything. It's like your brain is always just going. It's like it leaves less room for the actual love. And if somebody like can't get you to fall in love with them, then they probably won't be able to keep you in love with them. And honestly, if a man can't get a girl to fall in love, then that's one of the easiest things that a man could probably do, is get a woman to love them, because you literally, all you have to do is know how to make your money, have your stuff together, and you know, pretty much, you know, just keep her happy, whatever, you know, money, provide. Okay, I'm gonna go. providing for a woman is far more attractive than people give credit. And I'm not gonna say that providing for a woman will get you every woman that you want, but providing for a woman will probably get you a woman that you want. And at the very least, providing for a woman will get you a good woman who is, loyal to you. So provide. That's like the one thing that you can do to get a woman, for sure. So if you can't do that, then that's not something that you can bribe someone into doing. We got Care Bears. Someone cares about you. And the Ten of Cups. So it's like loving care. Loving care. Can someone love you and care for you? Does someone honor your emotions? And honestly, it's like the emotion thing is optional almost, or subjective. Something that is not subjective is providing. You know that you need money to be happy, because you need money to survive. Providing is not subjective, and how the Bible says it is the fruits of the Spirit, and it gives a list of the fruits of the Spirit. The first fruit of the Spirit is love. Let's see, because it was right here, probably is why it was on my mind. The first fruit of the Spirit is love. The second fruit of the Spirit is joy. Love, joy, peace, long suffering. So anyways, I'll gather the fruits of the Spirit. That way I'll probably put them in the comments. But it says, against the fruits of the Spirit, there is no law against the fruits of the Spirit. So there is no law against love. There is no law against joy. So consider providing for your wife, because it's not subjective. It can only give you good things. It can only be beneficial for you, providing for your wife. It's that's law. You know what I mean? I'm a lady, but I get annoyed when someone comes at me with too many if it's my husband, it's come to me and was a gift or a kiss. I love to hear about your day. I think I'm just annoyed with my husband right now. She's like, I am. She's like, I think I'm just a nut. What? Just give me some flowers. Thank you. Like, bare minimum worthiness, love, standards. Okay, so it's like you just want someone to have a standard of self-respect so that they can love you in a worthy way, or so that they can love you from a level of self-respect. Like, say for example, if someone actually does not have any like self-respect, drive, ambition, anything like that. Like if someone's barometer of how they view themselves is at the level of, well, how many things can I borrow from other people? And like if someone is, it's called a pocket watcher. If someone is a pocket watcher, then they don't have self-respect. Because I mean, that's just that on that, or something like that. Like a pocket watcher will be like, they don't want to focus on progression or making progress. Someone who just doesn't want to make progress. Because pocket watching, like, say for example, if you're a mother, then I would definitely, there are situations where you would pocket watch and stuff like that, but like it shouldn't be like a survival mechanism. You know what I mean? To where like you would be to the point of like where you're upset with someone else for enjoying their life. Everything within reason, obviously. But this one says that, okay, so yeah, I'm getting the energy of like awareness and mixed signals are clear answers. Okay, wow, this card actually just said it so on point. Mixed signals are clear answers. If you're like on a date with someone and you like have your interview questions in your head, like maybe you need to practice your interview questions and memorize them, or like stick them in your phone or somewhere where you can see them, and like actually try to memorize your interview questions so that you're not like constantly checking your phone on the date to where it like looks like you're trying to actually actively question someone. But because you don't want it to like mimic an investigation. You're not trying to like investigate someone, you know what I mean? But you want to have your interview questions ready, and like if you're asking someone like what they do for work and their response is like, oh, odd jobs, or like odd jobs with someone else, it's like very, that's a little bit of like a splotchy response, you know. That's like, doesn't seem like a firm foundation to me. Someone says I do odd jobs. Now, if you're a female, if you're a woman, I would definitely say yes. Like, I do odd jobs, you know, because what you don't want is like, if to be a female and anyone, I don't care if you're queer, if you're a lady, you probably don't want anyone trying to date you to benefit from you. Like, that don't need to be the reason why somebody's trying to date you. Like, if you're a lady, because that's heavy energy on a girl. So if you ask, like, you know, what's your highest level of education, or if someone they don't want to speak on their education. Like, I don't care if they're insecure about it, but you know, if someone can't be honest, like, they don't want to speak on their education. They don't want to let you know, like, how their daily routine looks like. You know, where do they see themselves in 5 years? How are they going to get there? Do they have religious values? Do they have morals? Do they have codes? Like, do they have, successful marriages in their family? Like, do they have a good model of a successful marriage? How do they view business partnership? How do they view marriage? Do they believe in gender roles? Are they traditional? You know, are they into outfits? You know, do they dress? Do they like to coordinate outfits, with you? Like, what things are important to you? Are those things important to them? Do they even know themselves? Do they know what's important to them? Do they have the things that they need to even date someone? What are your responsibilities as a spouse? What does that look like to you? Do you want children? Why? Do you want, if not, why not? Because someone's reason for not wanting children could be something like that you should be listening for, so you can see what kind of person that they are. Do they enjoy partying on the weekends? Are you compatible with it? Are your habits compatible? Things like that. And I mean, you may not get all of that out on the first date, so it would be good to like have 2 dates at least, and especially if you're a lady. I'm gonna tell you now, I asked my ex-husband on our first date for proof that the truck was his, and he pulled out like a registration. He pulled out was it a registration, or was it he pulled out the title. He pulled out the title to his truck. So, you know, you'll be surprised what a man who ain't afraid to provide for himself and his lady, you know, you can pretty much just be like, ask him anything. You really can. You can really just be like that. Be like, you know, is this your truck? Well, show me proof that it's your truck, because like, I just want to feel secure. You know, you can laugh, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like be so serious. You don't have to like come in there with like a journal with like 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, you can come in there like that. You just, you know, kind of want to hope that if a guy's a really good guy and he's a provider and everything like that, that he likes that energy. I mean, he might like that energy, but the same as how a guy, you wouldn't want, a guy ain't really supposed to make you feel overly aware of his presence. You probably kind of want to be kind of on that same kind of deal where he ain't overly aware of like your presence, because everyone wants to be happy. And if you marry someone, you're gonna have to live with that person. And if someone is like a bull in a china shop, they're gonna be very difficult to live with, because they're probably gonna be breaking your stuff, and they're not gonna be considerate of your presence, you know, at all. Like, when you live with someone, you're gonna want them to be considerate, you know, of you. You're not gonna want them to be overly invasive, you know. Joey, bless you, Joey. You're not gonna want them to be rude or overly controlling. And you know, if someone is very controlling, then like, they should probably have like a really good reason for it. Like, say for example, you know, if they have to be to work really early and like they're the breadwinner, and you know, they treat you very well, and they enjoy, you know, sleeping beside you at night, you know, and they provide you with a very comfortable life, to where you don't have to worry about anything, and you can pretty much just enjoy, you know, the luxuries of life. Then obviously in that case, if someone like that is being controlling, they're probably being controlling because they need things to be right, and they're just trying to keep things afloat, you know what I mean? And things just have to be done a certain way. But yes, okay, so I think we just had like a preview of like, you know, being slow with dating. Ask the right questions to get to know a person. Listen to see if they actually answer your questions, or do they evade your questions. Ask, like, be authentic to who you are. If you really want to know if, you know, hey, like, is this yours? You know, if you want to know, are you married? Like, do you have a wife? You know, stuff like that. Those are important questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and ask whatever. Like, if you just want to know, like, you know, how much do you make a year or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you making at your job? That's a casual question. Like, if someone, you know, if you know that someone has the intention on dating. But here, the thing for me is, if I am interested in a person, And I don't know if they're interested in me or not, but I also don't know if I'm completely interested in them. I might think that they're cute